Okay, reshape. Okay. So I hope all of you understand that what is the meaning of NumPy, why we are using NumPy, and what are the features provided by the NumPy. Any query by anyone on the yesterday's session? Okay. Reshaping basically is a process to transform. Yes, please. I think anyone is trying to say something, but I'm not able to understand. Laiba, you want to say something? Because your voice is distracting, not able to understand clearly. Please, you can do one thing. You can write down in the chat box because your voice is not audible. Laiba, please do one thing. Join again because I think there is network issue at your side. So what do you want to say? I'm not able to understand. You can write down in the chat box if you have any query. Okay. Okay. So okay, reshaping means to transform any array from one dimension to any another specific dimension. Okay, so reshaping allow you to transform the form of array from one dimension to another dimension. Suppose I have this array. Okay, you can see I have this array and this array have 12 elements. Okay, so
Sir, your
if
screen is
I
not visible, sir.
screen is not visible. Now it's visible.
No.
No, sir.
Screen yet not visible.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh
sir.
no.
Yes, we do.
So actually reshaping is a process by which we can transform any array from one form to another form. That means suppose this array have one dimensions. Okay, all elements are stored in this array, and I want to change the dimension of this array into second dimensions array. Okay, so I can do it by using the access pattern. Just need to use reshape function, and first parameter will define the number of rows and second parameter will define the number of columns that I required. So this array will be transformed in 4 by 3. That means there will be 4 rows and 3 columns in the array, like that. You can see now these 12 element has been arranged in the form of in 3 by 4. That means, in sorry, 4 by 3. That means there are 4 rows and 3 columns. So transformations of the array also supported by the NumPy. Second one is, suppose I want to reshape this array into more dimension. Okay. So just what you have to do, you have to mention another third dimension. That means this is known as 3D dimensions. So what will happen? It will transform this array in like that. So this array representation or reshaping is in form of like that 2 by 3. That means array has been transformed into, every array have three, 2 columns and 3 rows. So these kinds of representations also be done in NumPy. Okay. Now flattening the array. Basically, these operations are usable or useful when suppose we have a data set. Okay. In our data set, we have 10,000 elements. So if and some elements who are not participating any role in natural language processing. So what happened? We create a empty set in different data set and we eliminate that data set. So basically these concepts are useful only to perform the data analytics, right? So flattening the array. Flattening array means suppose we have any array and we want to transform that array into their initial state. That means initial state, that means in one dimension. So -1 is the by default value that indicate that your elements will be arranged into one dimension array. Whether your array is 2 dimension or 3 dimension. You can see I have a source array of 2 dimension. There are 6 elements and 2 dimension there. Here I am using reshape function inserted -1. So you will see it will return to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means it's a one dimension array. So basically this method is useful when we have number of data set and we have joined all data set into one array, but our operations has been completed and we want to replace the array into their initial state. So we can use reshape method and index value will be -1. Now iteration of element on array. Iteration means suppose we have element in the array and we want to print, because printing, how printing will be performed. Every element will be accessed and will be printed. So here we will use for loop. For loop, what will do, by using the for loop with the help of in keyword, it will print the value. Okay. How it will process? You will see here I have array. Name of array, user defined array is AR, and there are 3 elements in this array. So for loop, I have used here any element, any variable I can declare, because this element will be used to access the locations of array index. Okay. And name of array is ARR. Now print the value of that element. Now when you will print the result, you will see 1, 2, 3. So here for loop is working and iterating all the elements according to their location or index value. Same iteration can be performed on 2D array also, or we can that we can print the element of 2D array also. Syntax will be same. Just what we have to do, just your declaration of array will be changed. You can see here you have used single square bracket. Here you will use single square bracket and elements separately according to their dimension. Right? You can see like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. So here it's printing all the elements according to their dimension. Same things can be performed on 3 dimension also. Just one thing we have to remember, that declarations of the array should be in dimension form. All pattern will be same like that. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Now next one is the joining the array into one array. Sometimes what happens, suppose we have two element, oh sorry, two array, and the resultant of that array we require into a single array. So we can join any array by using the concatenate method. The main thing is that in other language, on concatenate only merge string value, but in NumPy has the capability and it will treat to array like as a like as a integer value. So you can see here we have two one dimension array. Okay, array one have three element 1 to 3. Array two have also three element, and both array have same dimension. I want to merge these array. So I require a new array because both array will be merged together and will store into new array. So I have taken here a double r equal to new dot concatenate method, and the array I want to merge. Array one name of and array two name of second array. So when you will print this array, the result of this statement will be like that: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can see that any array that's whether in form of one dimension or two dimension, it can be easily printed by using the concatenation method. Same approach we can apply on the 2D dimension array. Just one thing we have to remember, because in 1D array only there was a single dimension, or we can say that is row. But in 2D array, because rows and columns will be there, so we need to keep in mind, if we are concatenating towards their columns, then we need to define the value of axis value will be 1. That indicates that we are going to concatenate array corresponding their columns. If axis value is 0, then it will indicate that we are going to merge array corresponding to its rows. Okay, so you will see firstly I'm merging its corresponding to their column. So what will be the output? You will see output is there 1, 2, 5, 6, 3, 4, 7, 8. Okay, so correspondingly to their columns, array has been joined. Now suppose I am joining this array towards to column. That means if I'm towards to row, if I'm joining this array towards to row, then value of axis will be 0 and resultant will be like that. Now you can see that in both case results is differ. So towards the columns results will be differ, and towards the rows result will be differ. So we need to define the value of axis. Axis value will ensure that which kinds of joining we are going to perform. Right now, same thing you can see we are performing by using concatenate method. But same thing we can also perform by using the stack method also. Is also that is useful if you it is useful to join the array. But the main thing is that in concatenate and stack, in concatenate, if we have not equal dimension, okay, equal dimension, that means suppose we want to transform any array from one dimension to two dimension, or two dimension to three dimension, then their elements should be equal. In a case sufficient elements are not available in source array, then under concatenation it will manage automatically, while in stack it will not manage and it will generate error. Okay, and it will take 0. Like that you will see, suppose I have two array. Again, by using these method, I have taken here axis equal to 1. So it indicates that according to their columns, I am joining this array. So array has been joined like that. Okay. Now, if I am taking here 0 in under using stack method, now you will see the output. it's correspondingly to their rows. So in stack method, if axis value has been changed, then resultant has been changed. Same thing can be achieved by the using H stack or V stack. Basically, H stack function will work if you did not want to use axis method here with stack method, then same thing can be used or can be found by using the H stack function. What will do H stack function? H stack function basically join the array corresponding to its row like that. You will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So all array has been joined corresponding to a row in a single array. You can see. Same by using the V stack.
Axis,
Yes, yes,
axis
yes.
equal to 0 means joining with respect to row.
Yes.
Okay, but in the above case, we were getting the result as in the
In which
above
case?
here in the output 1, 2, 3, and below that 4, 5, 6. Isn't this column wise?
Yes. No, no, it's a column wise, but you will see in that case, right? By
In
using
this case,
stack method. Yes,
in
you will see.
output 54, we are doing it np.stack axis equal to 0.
Yes, you will see. Actually,
Okay.
what happened here representation is given. You can see in stack method, I am using rows and columns and as well as their axis representations also. So that's the reason it's giving output in form of array. Okay. Because it's it's joining the array according corresponding to their row, and there are two array 1 2 3 4. So there are two array 1 2 3 and 4 5 6. Both array has been combined together correspondingly to their rows. So there is no slightly different. But when I will use H stack, it will not count any access or any other things. Just is join array in single row, not to towards its dimension. It's only specific towards their row. Okay. It's
So I
clear
am
or not?
asking, no, I am asking why is the output
No. Yeah.
when we are writing axis equal to 0, why is it stacking column wise?
Yes.
Row wise, sorry, one below the
Yeah.
other. Should it not come
Yeah.
in a single
That's
row?
the reason. Yeah, will not come in single row because here we are defining axis equal to 0. So what it will do, it will take the dimension and will print the array in same manner. Okay, because
Okay.
only we are using here stacking method and axis we have defined axis value is 0. If suppose
Okay.
we have to transform only in row form, then we can use H
H
stack
stack.
method.
Okay, okay. So no matter what dimension in the axis we give,
Yes,
stack will give
yes,
one below the other only in the form of
yes, yes,
array. Okay, okay,
yes,
okay.
yes.
Thank you.
Clear, man?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, this stacking method, H stack method is useful when we have two data set. Okay, one data set. Suppose there are two columns in a CSV file. One column is the candidate who have paid the loan on time, and one column have the details of candidate who did not pay the loan on time. So what happen when we merge all the data in a single column? So all that will be merged in a single set. Okay, so H stack is useful in that condition. When we have two data set, but we want to merge in a single data set without their dimensions condition. Okay. Now stacking along V stack. Now it will be similar because on in vertically what it will do? It will do according to their respect to their columns. Okay, so same dimension it will pick and will merge all the data set in a single unit. It's clear to you all? Or any query? Okay, now
The normal
stack.
stack is by default vertical stack.
Yes, by default it will be vertical stack.
Okay.
Yeah, because every time when you represent any array in dimensions with 0 dimensions, so what happen? By default, it will call 1D array, right? Same thing happen here. Stacking along height or depth. What happen? Basically, it's known as destacking. D stack is useful when we have 3 dimensional data set, and this will provide a feature to transform data in their specific dimension, like that. You can see I have this, I have that data set, or I have 2 data set, both are 1 dimension array. Okay, so what will happen, because it have height and depth. Height means it will transform according to their rows and column. So you will see there, here are 3 rows and 2 columns. So when we are talking about the depth, then by default it will consider that we have to arrange this array in the form of rows, or we can that like as a concatenation towards the rows. Clear or not clear? Any question on this? Now next is the splitting array. Splitting, what is the meaning of splitting? Basically, splitting is a process to divide array, or to, we can say that, fetch a specific element or block any array according to our requirement. Okay, so we can make the splitting by using the array split function. Basically, array split function is useful uh, to to basically it is useful to split array according to their range or according to their indexing. Okay, suppose I have a 1 dimension array and I want to split this array. So you can see by using the parameter 3, what it indicates? It indicates that this this array will be split into 3 array. So simply we will pass 2 parameter in that function: array split, name of array, and number of split we require. Suppose we are taking here dimension value 4. So what it will do? It will split this array into 4 array. Okay. So array splitting is a process to split a block array into number of subarrays. We can split 2D array also. Just the same pattern is there. Name of array, array split function, bracket, array name, and number of splits we require. Like that. You can see this array has been splitted in 3 array. It has been splitted. Array 1, array 2, and array 3. So these are 3 array. Okay. Now, last one is the searching. Basically, searching is a process where sometimes we require a specific item to search any item, to search any item from the array, or we want to replace any item. So searching is required. So we can perform searching by using the where keyword. Where keyword will work. The pattern is same or method is same. By using where keyword, we have to use where bracket and name of array and equal to index value. Okay, because always where will work by using the index. Suppose in this array, I have this array, and in this array, I want to check whether fourth element exists in that array or not, or I want to check whether element 3 exists in that or not. So what it will do, it will return the index, it will return the index of that element where it will exist. Suppose you will see index is 2, that means at second location this element exists. Suppose this element is uh, 6 comma 6. Now I want to check whether element 6 exists in my array or not. So what I have do, I have put the value here 6. Now I will check. You will see it's showing here two index at array index 4 and 6. 4 and 6. Index will be started from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. So at both location, uh, 6 element exist. So index will be written. So searching in terms can be performed by using the value of words or by using the specific value in a array. Sorting array. Sorting can be performed in a array by using the sort function. Sorting refers to arrange the array in a specific order. Suppose I have to arrange this array. So what I have to do? I need to use the method sort. And suppose I have this array: banana, cherry, apple. I have this array set. So by using the sort method, I can do just need to pass the name of array in the sort method and need to execute. Then you will see this element has been the element has been sorted in the ascending order. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Same thing happen with the 2D array also. You can also sort 2D array. Same thing will be there. Just a declaration of array will be changed because you have to define your dimension. So suppose this array you have to sort. So by using this method, you will see 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 5. So element has been sorted. So this is all about the NumPy. More you can study by using the tutorial points, or many websites are available on the content. So basically our aim is that to give a basic brief idea about how Python is using or and what are the features provided by the NumPy, what are the functionality that provided by the NumPy. So any query, any question, if you have, we can discuss about that. Otherwise, I'm going to start a new library that is known as a matplotlib. Okay, so next library. Next library that I have Pandyas. Yes. Okay, now next library I have Pandyas. My screen is visible to you all. Okay. Basically, Pandyas is also library that is useful to perform data analysis because NumPy was provided to perform the scientific calculation and to perform the analysis. So same thing has been introduced to same thing has been implemented because what happen when we have large data set, then in that data set number of data fields sometimes did not contains any value or have wrong data inputted, or we can that empty value. So how we will clean the data, how we will explore the data, and how we will manipulate the data to make the accurate analysis. So Pandyas provide us the facility that can perform the same task, and basically Pandyas come from the panel data and Python data analysis, and it was created in 2008 by McKinney. Pandyas can be useful to analyze big data and can be make conclusion on the basis of some statistical analysis, as well as Pandyas had the ability to delete any row that did not contains any relevant data or that did not contains any value. So we can say that sometimes when to perform any analysis, any words or any data is not useful, then cleaning of process also performed, and that process is performed by using the Pandyas. So always suppose any field contains null value. Okay, so null value is not useful because there is no meaning of null value in data science. It just indicate that it cannot be empty. But when we have a large data set and number of null value exists in that data set, so how we will process that data? So Pandas provides such kinds of capability that we have number of if this kinds of data sets and that contain this kinds of value, it will be useful to process such kinds of data. Pandas is very easy to use. Just we need to use the import keyword, and like as a NumPy, we need to use PD. Pandas as PD. Okay. So all features will be imported into your program when you will use this keyword and to perform any specific any programming. Okay. In this program, firstly, how you will work with the data set. Pandas can be useful when we have different kinds of data, like suppose data we have in CSV files, data we have in data sets. So all kinds of data can be read by Pandas library, and it's have the ability, right? So just take a look how we can use to import or to process any data set. Suppose I have a data set, right? I have created data set, and data set is that is a car, and it's have three models, and their models values are 372. So by using Pandas library, you can see every model have different characteristics, and Pandas will provide a default indexing to represent this kinds of data. You can see 0 BMW, 1 Volvo, 2 Ford. So Pandas use by default indexing that indicate that all data that you are representing here, it will be it will be represent by using a special index. That index will be generated automatically at the runtime. Second one is version. How you will check that on which version you are working? Just you have to use a pd.version command. You will see I am working here 1.4.0. pd dot underscore version underscore packet close. So that will indicate that I am using here 1.4.2 version. Okay. Next is the Pandas series. Basically, Pandas series are the like a column in a table, and it's basically one dimension array that hold any specific data type. Suppose I have a array, or I have array, and in that array I I want to generate a series. So now you can see this array has been represented by using their index 0 at location 0, 0 1, 1 location element number value 7, and second location element value is true. So Pandia's series is basically the series that is known as the default indexing. You can see at in every representation indexing is always starting from 0. Okay. Any question? Any doubt till here? Now,
Oh, sorry.
okay. Labels. What are the labels? Basically, labels, we can say that are the keywords that is used to represent any data in graphic form. Suppose we can say that this data set and I want to represent. Now you will see here this data set have been printed here. It's only printed only one. Okay. Now suppose I want to print it by using our specific index. Okay. So you will see just what I have to do by using the series method. Okay. I need to use index keyword, and what index I want to assign, I can assign them. You can see like that. Now here index I have created x, y, z, for which array we have a. So you will see for 0 location element x will be assigned to 5, y will be assigned to 10, and z will be assigned to 22. So you can see here element has been printed according to their index value. Okay, or these index has been replaced by their index. So any element in pandas can be represented by using the index. When you will print the value y, you will see it will print the value that exists into their array set. So it is printing here. So according to axis, you can print any value or you can access any item also. Label also work like as a index value. Okay. We can also store element by using the key value that like as a dictionary that we have discussed in NumPy, okay, or in other structure like as a list reset. Suppose we have data set like that. Suppose a person is doing practices on daily basis, and every day he is spending some time. Suppose at day one he is spending 420 minutes. On day 2 he is spending 380 minutes, and on day 3 he is spending 390 minutes. So you can create a series for that in same manner by using pandas method. You can see at day 1, day 2, day 3. Day 1 420, day 2 380, and day 3 390. So if the data you have in such a set of dictionary, then Pandya also capable to print this data by using the simplex method or in the simple manner. Now, suppose you have a data set, and in data set you have index. According to that index, you want to create a series, or you want to print your data set. So suppose I have this data set. I have a list of calories. At day 1 I have burned 420 calories, day 2 380 calories, and day 3 390 calories. Okay, suppose I want to just compare the calories of day 1 and day 2. So you will see day 1 420 calories, and day 2 380 calories. So according to index we can print any data by using from a data set. It is not necessary that all index values should be exist. Any index you can print. So that is the main advantage of Pandas, that specific item or a specific value can be accessed by using a index. The basic main role of the Pandas is to work on the data frame. Okay. Now, what are the data frame? Basically, data frame we can say that are the because in today time we are basically reading about that big data. What is big data? Basically, big data is the data that is generated and stored that may be generated through machine, that may be generated through, we can say that that may be generated through human beings, or that may be generated through a web portal. So how these kinds of data will be processed? So to process that data should be in the data frame. So Pandas has the capability, and Pandas provide us the capability to divide that data into data frames and process that data, and to find the statistical analysis of that data. Okay. So suppose we have a data frame. Data frame means data frame basically multi-dimensional tables that tables have more than one columns and rows. Okay, multi-dimensional means suppose a table have 10 columns and 5 rows. So this kinds of representation is known as multi-dimensional. Okay, now suppose I have a data frame like data equal to calories, and calories I have 420, 380, 90, and duration on daily basis I am using here 50, 40, 45. So how this data set will be created? You can see that on practice of 50 minutes we are burning 420 calories. On practice of 40 minutes we are burning 380 calories, and on practice of 45 minutes we are burning 390 calories. So this data set is giving explanation or demonstration here that how I have again created a data set, and according to that data set I am accessing their location. Suppose from that data frame I just want to access the location of zero index. So what it will happen? Can see on location 0 or index 0 you can see calories 420, duration is 50, and name is not mentioned here because I did not use here any specific in labels or index. So if you want to use, we can add the index over there. You can see now it's a given description for all the data sets, all the data set that I am using here. Now, according to her requirement, we can add index. Add index means to define any index that is user defined. Okay. Suppose this data basically belongs to calories, and that may be data day by day. So what we are doing here, we have just add the index here, index day 1, day 2, day 3. Instead of 0, 1, 2, 3, we have added day 1, day 2, day 3. Now when you will print this statement, then it will give on day 1. Now instead of using Pandia's indexing, what label value we have assigned in index, it will demonstrate according to that index. So at day 1 calories has been burned 420 on the practicing or the on the exercising of 3 minutes. So these kinds of data representations comes into the data frame. Now because these are not we can say that only basic things, and cannot helpful because we have large data set, and when we have large data set, how that data set will be processed. So now come to the in actual data analysis, that suppose we have a CSV file. CSV file means any social any company that promoting or that is marketing its product in onto any social platform, and he want to check that what is the status of my data. Okay, so now what I can do, I by using the read underscore CSV function, I can I can read that data set. How I will make that thing? You will see, just use df and any instance equal to pd dot read underscore csv, and path of the data set where your data set exists. Suppose at my desktop, suppose that is my data set, and this data set exists here. Okay, and this data set in form of csv form. Now you can see this is the path of my data set. Now I have copied this path from here. and type there, and name of my file is, it's suppose A. Okay, so suppose it's bank. Now you will see I have changed the name of here file here BANK bank dot CSV. When I will run this statement, you will see data has been read. Now by using indexing and labeling, I am representing this data. Okay, and now displaying the statistics of that product. You can see this data set now has been displaying in channel 4. Four label I have used here: channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, channel 4, and their data set value has been represented into the data sets in encrypted form. Okay, and what kinds of data quality it's showing here. Actually this is not actual data set. I'm just giving you demonstration that how you will read any data set. You can see it's showing that there are 4 rows in that data set and 14 columns. So you can understand it's just a example of that data set maybe large about that data set. Then how you will process. Okay, so this is the simple method how you will process the data. Now I have next method to display the max row. Max row basically what happen when we are just printing by using this method. What it will do? It will just print 5 rows, whether in the very from the initial 5 rows or very last 5 rows. But if we have to print all the rows, all the data sets rows, then we need to use max rows function. Max rows function, what it will do? It will print all the data sets rows that available into our data set. Okay. So today till here we will discuss. Tomorrow we will start further how we will read data from CSV file. We have already discussed how we will read data from JSON files and how we will analyze the data that we have in different forms, and how that data will be analyzed. And last library that will be for the matplotlib, how we will represent data in graphical form. In graphical form, how it will be converted into bar or pie charts. So tomorrow I will discuss all these things. If you have any question, any query, please let me know. Any query, any question, if you have, please you can discuss with me, or you can discuss with me tomorrow also. Any question, please? Any doubt? Anyone? Okay, so thank you. Thank you very much to join this session. Tomorrow we will discuss more about the pandas and about the matplotlib. So we will meet tomorrow, and we will discuss till more. Thank you. Bye bye. I will share you content, and all the content that I have teach in this session, demonstrate with you. Kindly check on the group. Okay.